This is a story of a group and how they stand out for themselves, dedicating themselves to save their people when the whole world was against them. Welcome back to the Tales of Lost. Over the years, while one oppressive oligarchic government tried to get rid of them, these assassins found a various way to become skillful shapeshifters, allowing them to camouflage their true identities. Before Hanye, such a group did not exist. They grew up together, sharing dreams and struggles, and Hanye were the one who encouraged them to take action for themselves and for their community. Since they were not allowed to wander freely around the city because of the moral patrols of the cult, their only option was to improve their stealth abilities. The first thing they worked on was changing their appearances in seconds to avoid capture. The most significant aspect of their disguise was that they wrapped themselves in multiple layers of fabric and capes, which allowed them to hide various outfits underneath. Imagine it like an illusionist changing their dresses in a blink of an eye. But, as you can guess, sometimes simply changing outfits is not enough. That's why they also carried wigs, makeup, and fake facial hair with them. I know carrying lots of stuff isn't practical, but I will explain the final solution at the end of the video. Once they were ready to leave their district in disguise, they began to conduct thieving raids at night. Hanye stepped up as their leader, planning their heists carefully. At first, it was challenging because of the fear of getting caught loomed over them. However, over time, their skills in camouflage grew, allowing them to sneak in and out of various locations without being detected. These skills in disguise became their magical ability, enabling them to transform into anyone at any moment. Sometimes they would turn themselves into butlers of grand mansions to gain easy access, or impersonate the lady of the house to clear out anyone guarding the treasure rooms. What began as simply daily robberies, stealing food or clothes, transformed into sophisticated money heists. Unfortunately, Hanye never acquired these abilities, but they learned a great deal about human behavior and how to read people from their friends. During their spare time, using their transformation skills, they put on street performances to cheer up the abandoned children in their district, gathering around musicians and dancing along with them. This way, they brought some joy into the lives of those who had little hope. Now, let's talk about the city itself. The history of the founding family isn't clear, but they were incredibly wealthy due to their heritage, which they used to uplift their city. Before the cult arrived, they were humble and peaceful leaders to citizens, and their parliamentary system they developed made the city one of the most desirable places to live. However, as the cult's influence grew, the situation slowly got worse. The founding family became increasingly greedy, moving every important building and their residences to the hill, and closing the district near the center with walls to exhibit their wealth to other rich visitors. That's when the separation between citizens has started. I mentioned earlier that one of the founding family's members rejected the cult's cruel rules and established a district where now society's outcasts reside. The cult responded by deploying patrols and moral army at every corner of the city to catch anyone behaving outside of their strict rules. While I was thinking about how these transformation skills work, I considered the possibility that they might use specific items to enable these changes. As I mentioned, they covered themselves with multiple layers of fabric, so whenever they untie one of these garments, a desired outfit appears beneath it. They can also tie it back to change their appearance once again. I imagine they could use their hands in sweeping motions or cover their faces to facilitate these transformations. This way, they could conceal their identity and turn into something else at will. They might also utilize fans that could be used as weapons, enhancing their transformation abilities. However, using such significant item might risk exposure. Imagine seeing someone wielding such an item, it could be easily give them away. Initially, I thought about a small necklace featuring half mirror. Whenever they want to transform into someone else, they could spin it, but this might be too obvious and could reveal them if they need to make a quick escape in crowded areas. They could carry special daggers, whether embedded with a mirror or featuring a hole, so that when they look through it, transformation magic happens. However, these daggers might easily catch the eyes of others, making them a risky choice. Alternatively, they could possess brooches with mirrors embedded in the back, allowing them to utilize these magical mirrors for their transformations. But again, if only their crew has access to these specific brooches, it could be a danger if others become aware of them. Another possibility is double tiaras that function like clasp purses. When unlocked, they could alter a user's appearance. This concept has potential, as it's not only easy to use, but also promising from a design perspective. I might keep this idea in my pocket for later exploration. While these ideas are interesting, if these items are too distinctive, they might be easily detected by those around them, particularly by the cult. Word could spread that if they are using such special items, raising an alarm for the cult, specifically target individuals in possession of such things. For this reason, I found the last idea the least detectable. Ultimately, they will use multi-layered necklaces. By shifting one layer back or forward, they can transform their face into that of the one person they want to imitate. These necklaces seem easy to conceal and quick to use compared to other items. There are still many details to work out, but for now, I believe this is a good point to pause. I would like to hear your thoughts on which item you find the most interesting in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next one.